Hi, and welcome to Conversations in Public Relations. I'm Mary Fletcher Jones. Today we're at iStrategyLabs, and I'm with Peter Corbett. I'd like to learn more about digital communications and all things digital, and Peter hopefully can help us understand that better. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you so much.
Tell me more about your company and what you do here.
Sure. iStrategyLabs is a digital and experiential agency. And what that means is we bridge the digital and the physical world for client marketing campaigns primarily. We do other things like civic innovation work, which is about taking open government data and encouraging citizens to mash that up to build new web and mobile applications, which is a very weird niche world, but we work primarily with Fortune 500 brands to reach their core communities and customers.
So what does that work involve on a day-to-day basis?
On a day-to-day basis, it involves coming up with really awesome, crazy, cool ideas and bringing them to life in the digital and physical world. So we may be, any given day building a website or an iPhone application or a widget of some form or another, but we also may be shipping 1,000 ping pong balls to a college campus for people to, drop on the quad for some stunt or something like that. So
there's a publicity aspect to it as well.
Absolutely.
Communications.
We're a word-of-mouth agency, so that's how we approach everything. How can we get people really excited about an idea such that they'll write about it, they'll blog about it, they'll tweet about it, they'll tell their friends about it in physical space, and they'll buy a product in some way, shape, or form.
DC is a very traditional town in many ways, and a lot of the people who watch this show have worked in public relations for years and years. It sounds like so much of what you do is has the intent of public relations, but it's really moving beyond, what we associate with traditional PR agencies. Is this really what the future is going to look like for all communications, or will you always be kind of a niche area within that?
I don't think it's the future of all communications. We intentionally are not a public relations agency, and I don't think we may have sent one press release in our 3-year history. We focus on how can we do things that are so interesting that naturally people are going to write about it. And our stuff has been covered in The Economist, the New York Times, and the Washington Post, and the Financial Times, and Wired a couple times. And the biggest publications in the world have written about our campaigns because they're just naturally interesting. I don't have hardly any relationships with the press. It's just that what we create gets people so excited, they tweet 100,000 times about it, or it just keeps spreading, and that's our job.
So you're taking creativity and technology and creating these
Absolutely.
campaigns.
I am a developer and a designer by nature, so that tech plus creative piece is something I understand very well. I unfortunately, now that I'm the CEO of a growing company, can't do the design or the development work anymore, but there are people that are better than me at that. So that's been my focus, is to make sure having the people who are the best at whatever specific thing to focus on it.
How did you come into this line of work? What made you decide to take this route in your life?
I got laid off.
You got
Yeah.
What did you start? Did you start out as a designer?
I don't know where I started. I started out as a Lego builder in 2nd grade. No, I got laid off. I was a digital strategist and a biz dev guy, and I closed millions of dollars worth of new business, and I was making too much money for my age apparently, and that was just not politically tenable in the agency I worked in. So I got laid off, and I said, you know what, I'm going to start my own thing, and it's driven me since day one, and now I'm almost 3 years into this. We have 4 employees and another 6 core collaborators, so we got a good hearty team of 10, and we're close to opening a Helsinki office soon.
Amazing.
For a 3-year project that we've been working on with the EU. So it's we've been sprinting a marathon, I like to say, for 3 years. And so I meet a lot of people that ask me for advice, well, especially once they've just been laid off, and especially in the communications world, because we know that over the past couple of years there have been a lot of layoffs in marketing and communications.
Yeah.
And I say, well, when I got laid off, I said I had 2 choices. There are 2 roads here. I'm either going to die hungry in a ditch, or I'm going to be incredibly successful. That's not really a good choice, so I'm just going to sprint, and I'm going to do something. And 3 days out, I launched the brand and the website and told everyone I ever met what happened, and not what happened, but that I started a company.
Yeah.
And our first client was Geico. And then we had American Eagle Outfitters. And then we went on with NASDAQ and Microsoft and Intel and NPR and PBS and the Army. And it's been a really great run so far. And I don't know if I believe in luck or not, but if luck is where opportunity and preparation meet, then yeah, we've been really lucky, because we have been preparing our whole lives to do this kind of work. And then the opportunity part is just about making sure you're meeting a lot of people and doing a lot of interviews and writing a lot. Some of our blog posts have been reblogged 500 times and have ended up in newspapers and on Dig for 24 hours, and 100,000 people show up to iStrategyLabs.com in a day. And it's like, wow, that has happened for us because we've been focusing on preparation and opportunity.